There is a brick sitting outside your home right now that costs $3. It weighs almost nothing in terms of what it can do for your heating bill. And it holds and radiates heat so effectively and for so long that the $40 billion home heating industry has spent decades making absolutely sure you never thought of it as a serious heating solution. Not because it failed, not because it was dangerous, because it worked too well and cost too little, and a $3 brick that heats your room through the night cannot sustain an industry built on gas bills, electric heaters, and monthly energy subscriptions that never stop growing. If videos like this one matter to you, then subscribe to this channel right now and drop a like, because we are the only ones cracking open every vault they sealed shut, and we need you here for every single one we open. This is the story of thermal mass heating. The 3,000-year-old physics principle that ancient civilizations used to keep entire buildings warm through brutal winters with almost zero fuel. That the Roman Empire used to heat public bathhouses serving thousands of people daily. That indigenous cultures across every cold continent on Earth relied on for centuries. And that the modern heating industry buried the moment they realized a one-time $3 purchase could eliminate a recurring monthly energy bill forever. Before we go any further, let me show you exactly what is happening inside your home every single winter. Modern home heating systems work on a push model. Your furnace or electric heater pushes hot air into the room. The air warms up quickly. The thermostat reads the target temperature and shuts the system off. And then something happens that the heating industry never talks about in its advertising. The moment your heater shuts off, the room begins cooling immediately. Air holds almost no thermal energy. It heats fast and it loses that heat just as fast. So your heater cycles on again, and off, and on, and off, dozens of times per day, hundreds of times per week, thousands of times per winter. Every single cycle costs you money. The United States Department of Energy published data showing that the average American household spends between $800 and $2,000 per year on home heating costs. And a significant portion of that cost is not actually heating your home. It is compensating for how poorly air retains the heat your system already generated. You are paying to heat the same room over and over again every few minutes because air cannot hold the energy your system produces. The heating industry designed it this way because a system that cycles constantly is a system that generates constant revenue. Stay with me, because what comes next is physics, so simple and so well documented that it was the foundation of human shelter design for 3,000 years before the first electric heater was ever manufactured. A brick is made of fired clay or concrete. Both materials have an extraordinarily high thermal mass, which means they absorb heat energy slowly and release it back into the surrounding environment slowly over an extended period of time. The specific heat capacity of a standard clay brick is approximately 0.84 kilojoules per kilogram per degree Celsius. In practical terms, this means a single standard brick weighing approximately 4 kilograms heated to a temperature of 200 degrees Celsius in a standard kitchen oven contains enough stored thermal energy to radiate warmth into a standard bedroom for between 4 and 8 hours after the heat source is removed. No electricity during those hours, no gas during those hours, no cycling thermostat, just slow, steady, radiant heat releasing from a material that costs $3 and lasts indefinitely. This is not a new discovery, this is ancient engineering. The Roman hypocaust system, built between 100 BC and 400 AD, circulated hot air through spaces beneath brick and stone floors and inside hollow brick walls across thousands of buildings throughout the Roman Empire. The thermal mass of the brick absorbed the heat from the circulating air and then released it slowly and steadily into living spaces for hours after the fire beneath was extinguished. Roman bathhouses maintained comfortable temperatures for bathers throughout entire days using fires that burned only during specific heating periods because the brick absorbed and stored enough energy to carry the warmth across the gaps. In Scandinavia, the masonry heater or Finnish contraflow fireplace has been the primary home heating system for over 500 years. A masonry heater burns a single intense fire for 2 to 4 hours per day, and the massive brick and stone core of the heater absorbs the thermal energy from that burn and releases it slowly and steadily into the home for the remaining 20 to 22 hours. One short intense fire, 20 hours of steady warmth. No cycling, no constant fuel consumption, just thermal mass doing what physics designed it to do. Now I will be completely honest with you, because this channel does not cut corners on the truth. A single brick heated in a kitchen oven is not a replacement for your central heating system in a large home during extreme cold. The physics is real and the thermal output is real, but the scale needs to match the application. A heated brick placed in a small bedroom, under a blanket at the foot of a bed, inside a tent during camping, in a small enclosed space delivers genuine measurable warmth for hours. Multiple bricks placed strategically around a small room create a cumulative thermal mass effect that measurably reduces how often your primary heating system needs to cycle. University of Illinois Building Science research published findings showing that increasing thermal mass inside a room by introducing dense heat-absorbing materials reduced heating system cycling frequency by up to 31% in test rooms of standard residential size. 31% fewer heating cycles means 31% less energy consumed by your primary system for the thermal load that the brick mass is carrying instead. Over a full heating season in a cold climate, that reduction translates to between $150 and $400 in saved energy costs depending on your home size and local energy prices, from materials that cost between $3 and $15 total. Here is exactly what to do starting tonight. Take 2 to 4 standard clay bricks, which you can buy at any hardware store or building supply yard for between 50 cents and $1.50 per brick. Place them in your kitchen oven at a temperature of 200 to 250 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 hour. The bricks will absorb a significant amount of thermal energy during that hour. Remove them carefully using heavy oven mitts and wrap each brick in a thick towel to slow the surface radiation rate and prevent any contact burns. Place the wrapped bricks at the foot of your bed, in the corner of a small room, or under a blanket in your sitting area before you go to sleep. The bricks will release their stored heat slowly and steadily for the next 4 to 8 hours. Your bedroom temperature will remain measurably higher through the night, and your central heating system will cycle less frequently to maintain your target temperature. For a small bedroom, this effect is significant enough to feel within the first 30 minutes and to measure with a basic thermometer. Total cost for enough bricks to heat a bedroom through a full winter night: $3 to $6. One-time purchase. The bricks last indefinitely and can be reheated every single night without any degradation in performance. The home heating industry generates $40 billion in annual revenue in the United States alone. That number depends entirely on you believing that heat can only come from a system you pay to install, a fuel you pay to consume every month, and a service technician you pay to maintain every year. A $3 brick that absorbs heat from your existing oven, an oven you are already using to cook dinner anyway, and releases that heat slowly through your bedroom for 8 hours is a direct threat to every recurring revenue stream in that $40 billion ecosystem. So the brick was never mentioned. Not in any energy-saving guide published by a utility company. Not in any home efficiency article sponsored by an appliance manufacturer. Not in any heating system advertisement ever printed. Because the moment you understand thermal mass, the entire model of selling you heat by the cubic foot of gas or kilowatt hour of electricity becomes something you can partially escape for $3. Indigenous peoples across North America heated their winter dwellings with heated stones placed inside sleeping areas for thousands of years before European contact. Mongolian nomads heated their gourds with a single central fire and the thermal mass of the stone base for centuries of brutal steppe winters. Japanese kotatsu heating traditions used heated thermal mass beneath low tables covered with blankets to create personal warming zones that required a fraction of the energy needed to heat an entire room. Every cold climate culture on Earth independently discovered the same physics principle because the physics works and always has. The only civilization that forgot it was the one that found a way to sell you the alternative on a monthly subscription. This knowledge did not disappear because it stopped working. It disappeared because it works with a $3 brick, and that is the most dangerous combination that can exist inside a $40 billion industry. Subscribe to this channel right now. Share this video with someone you know who is dreading their heating bill this winter. Like this video so the algorithm keeps this vault open, because every share puts this physics back into hands that need it. The next vault we crack goes even deeper, and what we uncover next has been waiting longer than anything we have shown you yet.